Hello and welcome to this edition of the news you're watching The World this morning. In our top story, Karambir Kang, who was the general manager of the Taj Hotel in Mumbai when the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks occurred, made an address yesterday at the opening of the first Global Congress of Victims of Terrorism at the United Nations in New York, calling for global action against terror. Watch this video shared by the Indian ambassador to the UN, Ruchira Kamboj.
On 26 November 2008, the entire world watched with horror when 10 terrorists attacked my country, my city, and my hotel, the Taj Mahal Hotel in Mumbai, where I was the general manager. During the ensuing mayhem that continued over 3 long days and nights, over 34 precious lives were lost. My wife and 2 young sons could not escape and they perished during the attack. I lost everything. My staff members, armed only with courage and a deep-rooted culture of family, which the Tata and the Taj Group stands for, stood strong without any weapons. We lost many brave colleagues, and these heroic acts saved over 1,000 lives that night. While the terrorists who entered the hotel met their fate, the people who planned it, financed it, organized the attack remained free. While our company and staff received global accolades for their heroic deeds, we have spent 14 long and painful years trying to seek justice. Today I call upon the international community to work together to seek justice nationally and across borders. As our own act of defiance to terrorism, we opened the hotel, which was totally destroyed in 21 days. Member states must join us in defiance and ensure that there is no safe harbor for terrorists so that their heinous crimes are not given space to take root.
And joining us on the phone line is Major General K.K. Sinha. Major General Sinha, when you look back at all those years since 26/11, how do you feel that the world changed after that, that India changed after that?
See, the 26/11 of 2008, it was continuation of what terrorism the world has witnessed after 9/11. It was much more, very, very grievous because it was state-sponsored. Pakistan sponsored this terrorism to create this mayhem in India. These people came, they didn't came at their own. They were trained by ISI. They were, sponsored by the Pak military, and they entered in the country and carried out a different type of things, which even today the world has not defined. Terrorism has not been defined by the UN. We have been asking. The India changed. India has, actually shown the resolve of fighting terrorism, and India is fighting terrorism. When 9/11 happened, it is a country, which faced, and that is the time when the ugly face of terrorism came, to the whole world. That time, the United States of America said either you are with us, or you are with the other party. What happened thereafter? 26/11, I was in service. I was in Delhi here. We have actually, controlled those operations from here. When, these, terror things happened in India. 3 days mayhem, 3 days. And it is not only one point, but the number of points. But 26/11 in Taj Hotel is still very live in India, in everyone's mind. It entered the terrorism, the ugly face of terrorism, and what happened, when a terrorism and a state-sponsored terrorism happens in any other country. the whole world witnessed. 9/11 just got, over once it was struck, but it carried on for 3 long days when the operations were carried out with the people. And what just I heard, those brave people of Taj who were actually the employee over there, and I'm hearing that the manager, he lost his wife and two, their own, son. They lost in this operation. And still, the people who actually perpetuated it are free. Still, we are fighting with Lakshmi, who, and he is at large. There is nothing has happened, nothing has changed, but India has changed. What happened in India, now you see, it is because of that resolve which we have come up, and we are fighting. We more or less, not a single incident takes place the way it was happening during this time. Jammu and Kashmir, we are resolving it, but resolving with the resolve. And our ambassador in the United States and America is saying the whole world should join in this, because in 21st century,
and
now
today we pay tribute to the victims and their families. And many thanks, Major General K.K. Sinha, for joining us there and sharing your thoughts. And moving on to other news from across